Business ownership is the best way to build wealth, and buying a business is the fastest way to get there. We see all kinds of shenanigans when evaluating businesses for our clients. Now, the most common is unreasonable addbacks. The most common addbacks are personal cell phones, a personal car. They might show them travel or meals or entertainment, things like that. Those are definitely by far the most common things we see. We'll see things like one-time purchases of business equipment, and they want to do that as an addback. And really, that's just a cost of business. Maybe you don't want to deduct the whole value. So if they spend 100 grand on a piece of new equipment in a year, maybe you spread that out over 6 or 8 years, but you shouldn't fully add that back. I was looking at one the other day. They had a whole line of what they called one-time expenses, but these one-time expenses were happening every month. So obviously they weren't very one-time. We see lots of things like jewelry and plane tickets, kitchen renovations, pool installations, anything that someone thinks they can get away with hiding in their tax returns. We've seen people try. Working with the bank, what they'll do is usually they'll consider large add-backs, but not small ones. So it's probably easier if someone has an invoice from when they got a pool installed in their backyard for $200,000 to get a bank to add that back than if someone had 20 transactions that add up to $10,000. The bank doesn't want to do that work. So they're really looking for bang for their buck on addbacks, and it needs to be very clear that this was not a business purpose, and it needs to be provable that it was paid and actually came out of the business. So they're going to have to show the invoice and proof that it was paid. So we've gotten real skeptical. We usually don't consider many of the personal addbacks. We just keep them as expenses because people just play too many games there. We even start looking elsewhere if we see too many addbacks. Fortunately for us, we've really moved up scale. We try to keep our minimum purchase at about $2 to $3 million, which the books are cleaner in the bigger businesses than the small ones. In the $1 million or less is where you really see messy accounting and a lot of personal expenses through businesses. So you've really got to look through. Don't take the broker's word for it on what the cash flow is. Now, if you ever need help, you can reach out. We'll help you through our review service.